Welcome, mystery seekers. Prepare to explore the edge of reality, where horror and mystery intertwine. Today, we'll uncover stories of people who seem to reach back from the grave, leaving clues that help solve their own murders. These aren't just ghost stories, they're real cases, filled with chilling evidence that suggests the boundaries between life and death might not be as clear as we think. So, settle in and get ready to dive into some truly spine-tingling stories that'll make you wonder, can justice really transcend the grave? In February 1977, Teresita Basso was just another resident of Chicago, known as a compassionate, gentle nurse who kept to herself. But her story would take a dark turn that no one could have predicted. One night, neighbors smelled smoke coming from her apartment. When firefighters arrived, they found a horror beyond the flames. Under a mattress, Teresita's body lay, burned and lifeless. Whoever had done this had hoped the fire would cover their tracks. But they didn't count on Teresita's voice speaking from beyond. After her death, one of Teresita's co-workers, Remy Chua, began feeling something wasn't right. A heavy presence lingered around her, and soon she claimed Teresita was communicating with her directly. As bizarre as it sounds, Remy was convinced that her friend's spirit had chosen her as a messenger. In one eerie encounter, Teresita, through Remy, revealed her killer's name, Alan Showery, a man who had worked with her. Teresita even gave Remy specific details about items stolen from her apartment, including a valuable piece of jewelry. When investigators checked into Alan Showery, they found everything Teresita's spirit had described, down to the last chilling detail. Showery was ultimately arrested and, faced with the overwhelming evidence, confessed to the crime. This case remains a haunting example of justice reaching out from the grave. Teresita's voice, desperate, determined, broke through the silence of death to bring the truth to light. Her courage, even after death, turned her from a victim into a silent hero, ensuring her own story would not be erased. The year is 1974, and Karen Silkwood, a 28-year-old lab technician, is uncovering horrors inside the Kermagee plutonium plant where she works. Safety measures are appalling, and workers are being exposed to radiation that could kill them slowly. Brave and determined, Karen collects evidence of the plant's negligence. On the night she's supposed to meet a journalist to reveal everything, she never makes it. Her car crashes, and she dies on impact. Officially, it's ruled an accident, but the suspicious circumstances around her death leave a lingering question: was she silenced? But the story doesn't end there. After her death, strange occurrences begin at the plant. Workers report seeing a shadowy figure resembling Karen wandering around the factory floors, near places where radiation leaks are eventually found. Some say she appeared as a warning, a reminder of the dangers the plant management had tried to keep quiet. Karen's family and friends also claim they saw her in their dreams, as if she was guiding them, revealing hidden details she hadn't had the chance to share. This haunting case led to several investigations into the plant, and Karen's ghostly presence still lingers in whispers and eerie sightings. Her spirit seemed unwilling to let go, driven by a fierce determination to see justice done. Karen Silkwood's story is a chilling reminder of how a person's dedication to truth can transcend even death. To this day, her legacy remains as a fighter who wouldn't back down, not even from the afterlife. Dorothy Jane Scott was a quiet, kind-hearted single mother working at a hospital in Anaheim, California. In 1980, she began receiving mysterious phone calls from a man whose voice was laced with malice. The caller would sometimes declare his love for her, and at other times, threaten to end her life in terrifyingly graphic detail. Dorothy was shaken, but no one had any idea how serious these threats would become. One night, Dorothy drove a co-worker to the hospital, but afterward, she disappeared. Her car was found later, burning in an empty parking lot. For months, Dorothy was missing, but her family kept receiving phone calls from the same sinister voice. Her mother would answer the phone, only to hear the caller taunting them with chilling knowledge about the case. The police couldn't trace the calls, and Dorothy's whereabouts remained a haunting mystery. But then something inexplicable happened. One evening, during a call, Dorothy's mother claimed she heard a whisper that sounded exactly like Dorothy's voice. Though faint and layered beneath static, it was as if Dorothy herself was trying to break through, pleading for help. The next day, a construction worker stumbled upon Dorothy's remains in a desolate area. The mystery caller was never caught, but many believe that Dorothy herself reached out from beyond, leading her family to finally uncover the truth. Dorothy's story raises questions that chill you to the bone. Was it the desperation of a soul longing for closure that allowed her to speak to her family one last time? Her case remains unsolved, but her whispered voice haunts everyone who hears it, a silent plea from a woman lost too soon. In the 1820s, the tranquil Suffolk countryside was shaken by a murder that would echo through generations. Maria Martin was a young woman with dreams, but her romance with a man named William Corder led her into a deadly trap. One evening, William convinced Maria to meet him at a nearby barn to elope. She never returned. For months, Maria's family grew desperate, but they had no answers. That is, until Maria's mother began having visions that would unravel a shocking truth. In her dreams, Maria's mother saw her daughter lying in the red barn, lifeless. Night after night, the visions grew more vivid, with Maria pleading for her mother to find her. Consumed by grief, she persuaded local authorities to search the barn. And there, hidden beneath the barn's floor, they found Maria's body, confirming her mother's terrifying visions. William Corder was arrested, tried, and eventually hanged for the crime. But the story didn't end with his death. The Red Barn became infamous, with people reporting sightings of Maria's spirit, still lingering, as if she remained bound to the place of her tragic fate. Maria Martin's case became legend, a tale of a mother's love so powerful that even death couldn't sever the connection. In 2013, the mysterious case of Elisa Lam captured the world's attention. Elisa, a 21-year-old student, was last seen acting strangely in the elevator of Los Angeles' Cecil Hotel. Security footage shows her seemingly talking to someone unseen, pressing buttons frantically, and peering around the corner, as if hiding from a threat only she could see. Days later, her body was found in the hotel's water tank after guests complained of odd-tasting water. But what if Elisa tried to send a message from beyond? After her death, several residents reported hearing strange sounds near the elevator, as if it were being pressed by an unseen hand. Guests claimed to feel a chilling presence on the rooftop, near the tanks where her body was found. Some believe Elisa's spirit remains trapped, bound by the mystery of her tragic death. To this day, her case leaves us with more questions than answers, with Elisa's final moments forever shrouded in eerie silence. These are not just tales of the supernatural, they're stories that make us question what's possible. Did these victims break through the veil between life and death to help solve their murders? Or are these coincidences, strange and inexplicable, leaving us with chills? You be the judge. Before you go, don't forget to hit subscribe for more terrifyingly true stories, and let us know in the comments what you believe. Are these chilling tales proof of the afterlife, or are they simply echoes from a past that refuses to stay silent? The truth may be more haunting than we can ever imagine.